Now, let's get to the President's address to the nation last night on Afghanistan. He is sending more soldiers, and we are therefore staying. How's that going down with the people who've actually served there? Former Navy SEAL Dave Sears, he was there. Let me ask you this. What is winning? The President says we can win. We're going to win. What is winning to you in Afghanistan?
Right, great question. What is winning to me in Afghanistan is us basically getting out of Afghanistan with our troops intact, and Afghanistan's no longer a complete safe haven to terrorists.
It seems like Afghanistan is developing into like a Korea, where American troops are there filling the vacuum for decade after decade. Are you okay with that if the same thing happened in Afghanistan?
No, I don't like this decade after decade that we're going to go on. I don't want my kids fighting in Afghanistan and their kids and their next generation going. I don't think it's fair either. People compare this to Korea. We've been there since 1950. They're two different places, completely different scenarios, and need to be treated differently.
Would you like to get out of Afghanistan? Should we?
I would.
Really?
Absolutely, I think we should. The whole question, and I reject some of the notion, the idea that if we leave, it leaves a vacuum, as it did in Syria or it did in Iraq. They're different places. The Taliban has different goals. So you need to look at this from a different angle. Really, there was some good elements of the President's speech last night, but there was also pieces that concern me. There are pieces of it's more of the same. Well, show me how it's different.
How do you obviously know other people who served in Afghanistan. You were a Navy SEAL right there. You served for a couple of years, I believe. How do other people feel about this? Do they share your sentiment that we should get out?
There's quite a few that do. So obviously you're going to be a little bit divided, and the closer you are to the problem. So when you're a SEAL, your job is to go to war, to train. Those are things that you are embracing. It doesn't matter to some extent where your country's calling you to serve. You want to serve. As you get more distance from the problem set, you get a little more objective and say, hey, why are we here? Why is this in the national interest? Why are we expending all this blood and treasure? For what reason? And I didn't hear some of that last night. I heard some of the same old rhetoric kind of rehashed a little bit.
Okay, so to finish this out, you would like to see us leave, period, immediately?
I think it can be a staged withdrawal, and you can do it. I agree with President Trump on you don't advertise what your strategy is going to be, and you don't tell them how many troops you're going to have coming in. You don't tell them how many you're going to have coming out. That's a smart move. Okay, but I think that we need to have a plan internally to get out of there. It's this is a financial program, right? A trader who's good has an exit strategy, right? I mean, you got to have an in and an out. If you don't have that, you don't have a strategy.
Dave Sears, you make a lot of sense, and we appreciate being with us this morning. Thanks very much indeed. Come back next time as a financial analyst, okay? You're all right. Thanks very much, Dave. Sure. Well,